Hello everyone, welcome on into Susie Saves. I am Susie. If you're new here, hello. My name is Susie. We are a dual income household of me and my husband, and this is our Transfer Tuesday video. Normally we do a lot of our budgeting and cash money management in cash, so we physically record a lot of videos here on the channel with physical cash and going through budgeting dollar bills. But not everything that we save is physical. We have 401ks, Roth IRAs, and a brokerage account. So on these videos on Tuesdays, we go and we specifically look at the online accounts. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we are. So technically we're on my Roth IRA, but you can see all of the accounts listed here on the left-hand side. So at the very top, we can see all accounts totaling $47,525.14. Elephant in the room. We are down from last week. This is because we have not put in more money than the market being down has taken from us. This is very typical in the market, okay? We don't want to be looking at this money all the time and worrying about every little downturn. We buy throughout the downturns, we buy throughout the upturns. This can be like the number one thing that makes people really nervous and not want to invest in the market. But we have gained a lot more money than we've ever lost. So that's the hope, is that you just gain more than you lose. So this first account here with the little bubble around it on the left, Roth IRA is my Roth IRA. This might be a little small for you to see, so I'll go ahead and read it out to you. But under the big number here, which is $36,512.92 in this account, we have lost $434. I think this is a daily total. Yeah, it looks like that is a daily total. So the week, if we have multiple down days in a row, it could get like to be quite a large number because there's quite a lot of money in this account. But we're just gonna ride through it. So, diving into the actual Roth IRA, this is everything that it has invested in this account. And we're going to go through that green highlighted column that says current value. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm invested in. I am not a financial expert. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research and invest what you believe in. Go and get a financial expert to help you with things if you're struggling. This is just for transparency. I wish more people would kind of show what they're invested in and just how they're doing. But let's begin. So I have $18,117 in VOO, $3,200 in FDKVX. This is the Freedom Fidelity Fund. So this is a retirement target date fund. This one is for Fidelity. It is for the retirement year of 2060. I will be 61 in 2060, so this is a little bit after, because I believe I can pull from the Roth at 59 and a half. But these retirement accounts tend to go on 5 or 10 year segments, so this was the closest one to my retirement date. Hopefully I'll retire a lot earlier than that, but the actual time I'll be able to withdraw this money without any penalties attached to anything, that's the closest date for that. We have $3,200 in IVV, $2,700 in VOX, $1,700 in VTI, $1,600 in VDC, $1,600 in VIG, about $1,300 in Tesla, $1,300 in Nvidia, just shy of $1,000 in Coke, and then about $750 in FFGCX. Like I said, this is just what I'm invested in. If you are like that, I don't want to be invested in that. You are free to make your own decisions about your own money. So this week specifically, happily enough, we've already maxed out our contributions for this Roth IRA this year. So nothing to add on my part. But we did get a dividend of a whopping 14 cents. And it does look like that was properly reallocated and reinvested back into where it came from. So the hope is that the dividends will help get more dividends in the future, right? So that is looking fantastic. Really happy to have these little checks to make sure that the way you think something is working is the way it's actually working. So next is our brokerage account here on Fidelity. This is called a cash management, like a money market account. This whole thing is $3,752.95. This is a little different. I'm using this a little differently than a lot of people would. So at the top here, in quote unquote cash, so this is attached to a card that you could swipe, you could spend that portion of this money, is $1,633. I do plan to fill this with our insurance, what's it called? Deposit? And then hopefully fill it up to the like yearly maximum that we could pay. My husband and I are both, we have lifetime illnesses, I'll say. He has an autoimmune disorder. I have it might also be autoimmune, but I have a disease. And so we have these things that need constant care. Mine is way less intensive than his is. Mine is like a yearly checkup and then possibly a surgery sometime in the near future. He has to get intravenous medication once a month, so his is quite expensive. So I want to make sure we have the money in here if the hospital comes a knocking, asking for some money for that. So this account, I believe, gets higher. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a lot in this video. I believe this is like a high yield savings, so I think the cash in this account gets like a 4%. I'd have to make sure before I like continue to add money into here, but I believe this has quite a high return on just even the cash portion that's in this account. So I'll be looking at that to make sure that this is the best place for that money. But like I said, it's also attached to a card. And so if we were to need to pay for a hospital bill online, I would feel good paying with this card. So what we actually have invested is $1,500 in VOO, just shy of $300 in VTI, $200 in NVIDIA, $140 in Coke, and then $30 in that Freedom Fidelity Fund. This brokerage account is not, it is a retirement account, but we plan to use it before retirement age. So the goal right now is 45. So to try and retire or coast-fi or something by the age of 45. And so this money in here would carry us until the Roth IRA 401k money opens for us. So having part of this fund in a target date fund feels a little odd. So I might be changing that. But as for now, I'm not particularly worried about it. This is one of the only accounts that's getting money this week. So bam, there it is. It got $630, and then it did get interest on the cash that's in there. That's it. That's what this whole big thing about Goldman Sachs, that's what it means. Is just that the money that was in there got a little bit of money. And like I said, it's $1.83. So that is not great, but we will see. I don't know, because I just added a lot of this money recently, so I'm not exactly sure what amount of money that was interested on, so I'll have to see. But right now it looks pretty bad, so we might be moving that money out into a possibly a CD ladder, because this money needs to be easily accessible. Putting in a high yield savings account might not be the move, because they tend to have like fees associated with them if you pull the money out. So we'll see. We'll do some more research on all of that. Now we have my husband's Roth IRA. So some people have been asking, correct, there is a high discrepancy between my Roth IRA and my husband's Roth IRA. So his Roth IRA is at $7,259.27. So almost about $30,000 less than mine. We are both the same age. We're 26, and I started my Roth at 18, and he started his Roth at 25. So that's just how it is. We did know each other that whole time, but it is different being married to someone and like talking about a life journey together and building your finances together versus just like being boyfriend girlfriend with someone. So I had made this Roth IRA a few years ago when we got engaged, but he was still full-time in college, and you cannot contribute to someone else's Roth IRA unless you're legally married to them. So he got his first full-time job outside of college this year. With the amount of money we were making, we were finally able to contribute to his Roth IRA, and this happened to be the same year we got married. So before this, I was not legally allowed to put money in his Roth IRA, and he was still in school, so we were not making a combined income high enough to allow him to contribute to his Roth IRA. I hope that makes sense. Some people were asking about it. I do plan to fill his and my Roth IRAs completely for the foreseeable future. So though he is a little bit behind me right now, we do have a lot of years of growth ahead of us. So I don't really see that being a problem. Also, like, we'll have combined finances in retirement, so I don't foresee any of that being an issue. So again, we're going to go over to the current value column, and we're just going to work our way down. So he has 3,000 in VOO, 1,700 in VTI, almost 800 in that target date fund, the FDKVX 2060 retirement fund, almost 800 in IVIG, 500 in NVIDIA, 200 in SPY, 100 in Coke, and 100 in VDC. He's invested in SPY. I am not. I don't know much about them. He had asked at one time, I do a lot of the finances stuff, so he asked at one time that I invest some money in there for him, and then I did that. I would like to make that a higher percentage of his portfolio because he wants that. He really believes in that. So I would like to eventually move towards that because it's his money, and I feel like he should have ownership of what is in this account. So his Roth IRA is also fully funded. We made sure we got that underway. He received 2 dividends, one from the cash that he was holding in the fund. So it was 15 cents, and then that got reinvested. And then also from SPY. SPY gave him 58 cents, which is a really good dividend for like how little money he has in there. It does not look like that got automatically reinvested. So I'll have to go in and look at, it's just changing some settings and making sure that that gets automatically reinvested. Last but not least is my husband's my husband's 401k. I just started at a company that will allow me a 401k. That's also why my Roth is bigger, is because I did have a 401k rollover at one time. It wasn't super big, but it was like 3 years ago, so the compounding growth of that would have helped as well. But this, we're looking at the vested balance here at the bottom, not the big fancy number on top. So this is $1,515, which is kind of fun. So his vested date is 4 years, which is kind of rough. That's full investment. He'll get, I think, 5% at the end of this year, or like at the end of his 1 year, which is in April. And then he slowly gets it, and it's more larger chunks in that like 3rd to 4th year. So we want to assume that job starts tomorrow, right? We don't want to count on money that we don't have yet. So we're only going to be looking at that vested balance. I also have a 401k in the works. I do believe, knock on wood, it's a Roth 401k. I'll have to look exactly. I think my portion is Roth and theirs isn't. I'm not exactly sure how the Roth 401k works, but I'm super excited if that's the case. But I have not gotten the paycheck where that comes out yet, so my my 401k is still at 0 for this week, so I didn't think to include it. But that is it. this was long and rambly. But I hope that helped you a little bit. Me, mostly, it's just for transparency here on the channel, as well as accountability, right? So I make these videos where I say that I've done certain things, and I would like to show you that I've done them as just a way that we can continue to have transparency and an open trust here on the channel. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. I will see you on Saturday for the budget closeout for the Magic Week. Thank you, October, for blessing us with a Magic Week. Other than that, on Sunday we do cash stuffings. On Monday is our Budget With Me videos. This week specifically, we'll have a few more videos out because we will have to look over our full budget for October, how much we spent, and how we are looking forward into November. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone!